paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, it's all right, refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes,
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
Well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Brainstorm Brewery. It is the show that will be drafting Spider-Man in 8-person pods, not 4-person pods. Do I have that right?
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Do you draft Spider-Man in 4?
It's up to you. Welcome into the show, everybody. I'm Corbin. I'm joined by Cass, as always, here on Brainstorm Brewery. DJ off this week. As you know, he was vending a show last week, and it kicked his little butt because he had a good weekend and is traveling and so on and not able to make it. But here we are, ready to talk about Magic, ready to talk about Legacy. There's going to be some of that. Going to be some talk about Modern. Going to be some talk about the event Cass played in over the weekend as well, I believe. So
I didn't play an event.
Oh, it was even better. All right.
I went to a card show, which is a very different thing Magic players might not be as familiar with.
Oh, we'll get that. We'll get in on that. We'll get the all the deets on that one. I should honestly do that more often. That's not something I've done before, but I do know that like there's a store that I've been to before that does such things, and it seems like maybe it would be a good idea.
It was really fun. Everyone was super nice. It was in like, not the food court, but another court of a mall. There was like 50 or 60 tables set up of just people selling Pokemon, sports, One Piece, mostly Pokemon cards.
That's wild. There
was one Final Fantasy Commander Precon in the room. That was the only Magic cards in the room. Apparently there were...
I have so many questions about this event.
Oh, I got all kinds of questions too. And I got some answers, including the fact that there are apparently 3 card shows of about this size within an hour drive of my home that day.
Is any money exchanged, or is it a bunch of people setting up shop trying to sell cards to nobody? Or just other people walking through look like... I guess what I'm trying to say is like... Are there 12-year-olds just walking through buying Pokemon cards?
So there was some of that. There was a lot of people in attendance shopping. Like, multiple of the booths, I had to wait 10 plus minutes to get to talk to somebody at the booth to buy a card. A lot of vendors there didn't seem to be doing a lot of cash. It was a lot of just like, people bought their cards, and then if you wanted to trade in for something, you just traded card for card. Like, you know, they'd take their 20% or whatever, and you just trade in. I don't think there was a vendor there who I talked to who was like interested in paying cash for cards, which was really weird. Cool. Interesting. There was a vendor I went up to and asked about... Okay.
Well, I would say maybe it speaks to like the level of like, for instance, at a MagicCon, for those who don't know, or anything else, you have to pay a big booth fee to be a vendor, which therefore means you have already fronted a bunch of money, which therefore means you have money to front, which means you're also probably there to buy cards. Whereas at what I assume is like a local small time thing, I doubt many people are just like, I'm going to bring 10 grand in cash today to buy Pokemon cards. Right. Like, and that's what I kind of meant is like, I don't know how much actually like transacting goes on, because there's a store that I have a booth at, and they do Pokemon show, or they call them card shows, mostly Pokemon, once a month. And I do see a lot of like just people come in, but then I look around the tables and it's like, and this is, I don't want to like be no negative stereotypes, but it seems like there is a group of Pokemon adults who then bring their kids in, but they're just passing their binders around, looking at each other's expensive cards. There's not really any like end customer there, you know?
So I definitely think that's not true of the show I went to at the very least. A lot of people were just there being like, oh, you have this. I was actually the kind of person who was buying like $2 art rares because they were cute.
That's where I want to be, you know?
This
I love that. Yes, I love that frillish.
I did some amount of like real, big girl transactions, business stuff.
Yeah.
I picked up this Giratina V for a really good deal. You don't know if the glare on my screen if you're watching on YouTube.
It makes it look better, to be honest. The sun coming through, hitting the Giratina V, just purely cinema.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice condition. I got it. I traded some retro Pokemon packs for it, and everybody was very happy. I talked to some of the vendors there, and one of the guys said that, he expects to do around $2,000 in sales a day, plus like another couple thousand in trades. And he had like the biggest inventory there. And I think that really speaks to...
Not bad.
The booths were like $50 a day for a table.
Yeah,
you get $50.
not bad.
It's a steal.
At all.
It's a great vibe, and the best part was I got to buy some Pokemon cards, walk 15 feet, and there was an ice cream stand there. I got coconut pineapple ice cream.
Cass,
Great
when
way
I
to
was
spend
in
the
Orlando, it was I get out of the event one night, and it's like somewhat late, and I'm looking at what to do, and I want dinner, and everything's a little too far to walk because it's hot. And I do the thing I told myself I was never going to do again, and I got on a Lime scooter, and I had fun. I just jetted around Orlando, and I got ice cream, and then I ate my ice cream on my Lime scooter very unsafely while it was just like it was a whole vibe. It was just like a very public type. So I was right on like the amusement parks street or whatever. So it was just tons of people out. It was quite the vibe. Yeah, it was but that's what it's like. I want to do that.
Whimsical as fuck.
Well, and I felt pretty whimsical when I took an hour to walk around the room during the MagicCon or whatever you call it, the spotlight I was covering, and I just went to an HP section or just a played section of a booth, just browsed, went to secret lair sections of booth, just saw cards I've never seen before, and holy shit, do I want to do that with Pokemon,
I got this guy. Like, look at him. Sandile?
Yeah.
He's a little buddy.
I have a tragic Pokemon story. And audience, I'll keep it quick. It is finance related because I had a choice between picking up I think it's probably evolved Charizard 203, the good one that's been going up in price recently, a month or so ago, or I could pre-order a collector booster box of Spider-Man. And I opted to do Spider-Man at $850, which at the time was well below market. And at the time today is well above market on a Spider-Man collector booster box, which has plummeted from its highs as it's been revealed that the set, which was originally supposed to be a small set and all of that, maybe actually kind of sucks. Or at the very least, isn't $1,000 good.
Which Charizard are you talking about?
Oh, okay, let me see.
Is it 203?
We'll put it up on the screen for those of you curious. Yeah, I had a chance to pick up a Charizard EX 199 from Scarlet and Violet, which at the time, I believe I had a chance to pick it up at like 250 or something on a Cool Stuff's website, and instead I bought a Spider-Man collector booster box for $850. And then Spider-Man collector booster boxes, what did they do? Well, they plummeted. At the time, the market on them was at $950. Today, the cheapest ones available on TCG Player, $719 on collector booster boxes for Spider-Man. So just literally hundreds of dollars dropped in value there. And at the same time, Charizard has gone up hundreds of dollars in value. So really the double whammy for me.
It's really telling. So to keep things on Magic Finance even.
Yeah.
It's really telling the trajectory of Spider-Man boxes of how much everyone thought every set would be Final Fantasy in perpetuity, and nothing will be Final Fantasy again.
Do you think that's the case, or do you think that this set just sucks?
Little column A, little column B. Spider-Man is not Final Fantasy. Spider-Man is not. That said, CK did put up the super rare Soulstone variant that they got one of, it seems, in their pack opening for $20,000, so... Who's to say, really?
Who's to say what's good and bad? I didn't know that's how it was going to be on that. But.
Golden Chocobos transacted for $15K and $25K the day the set came out, so... I think CK priced their Soulstone appropriately. Now, whether or not it ever sells, great question.
Well, and it's also, look, and the thing is, it's like we're kind of memeing on Spider-Man because of a few reasons. Number one, for those who don't know, the set was supposed to be an Aftermath-style set where, like, it was a smaller set and it just kind of came out and it wasn't meant to be even draftable.
Like Assassin's Creed really is the best analog, right?
Yes. Yeah. It was just meant to be some cards you bought, but they also wanted them to be standard legal because they wanted them to be standard legal because of their sort of like higher level philosophy of we want people to be able to play in the current like the correct format with their new cards that they buy. But that then ran into the March of the Machines Aftermath disaster that everyone hated. So then I don't want to use the word scramble if that's unfair, but they then end up having to expand the Spider-Man set, but not all the way. So you can draft Spider-Man as 8-player, but it's not being drafted at the Pro Tour as an 8-player draft format. In fact, they're doing Edge of Eternities instead. And at the local level, the whole thing is the pick 2 draft with Spider-Man, which is just a thing that they, I'm sure, have wanted to do for a while. And there is a lot of good reasons behind it that we've talked about before. Being able to draft with 4 people, aka your commander play group, is a lot easier than getting together 8. A lot more affordable up front. All of the above. At the same time, it's also true that they pushed it because they had this set that they had to push it with. Yeah. So, like, there's just a lot of reasons Spider-Man is kind of falling flat with people. It feels like a lot of the expanded designs, this is probably the best criticism I heard of it, is that it just feels like an expanded into the Spider-Verse roster. Yeah. And maybe that's unfair to people who, like me, who haven't really read a bunch of comments and have only seen Into the Spider-Verse, so that's where I recognize these characters from. But, it does seem like maybe there's just a lack of depth to the set is maybe the way to put it.
I think every single card in Final Fantasy at every level was just dripping with love and passion for the source material. And I think maybe half this set has that. I do think that they got some people who really love Spider-Man to make this set, and then they said, hey, can we also add 100 more cards? Like, the top half of this set feels really cool and fun, and like, not even a huge Spider-Man fan, and I think there's some awesome cards in this set. The bottom half of this set is not good.
It's because then they had to make more, and they just added 20 cards that all just say another variant of Spider-Man that does another thing with spiders, and it just ends up becoming a big mess of spider stuff, right? So and I don't even think that necessarily falls on Spider-Man the set, or the concept or whatever, but the execution of it. It's the first UB that seems like it's fallen flat, but at the same time, I do want to put that in context. That's what caused booster boxes to go from $1,000 to $700, which is still well above MSRP, and it seems to be universal praise for the I think they're calling them like cover treatments of some of the cards that are only available in collector boosters. That's the source material. So you're talking, the best part of the set you're talking about, like that is there in the collector boosters. So it just kind of depends. Like it doesn't seem to give you that. I don't think the power level is as high as Final Fantasy either. Just as a whole. So it's just going to be a little bit different of a product, and it is coming on the heels of Final Fantasy, going to feel very jarring. But I just don't know if it really is, or if it's just a bit of a correction from where Final Fantasy was.
They're doing like the compliment sandwich equivalent of Universes Beyond sets, where it's like Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar's shaping up to be
looks good.
Yeah. So the whole thing's pretty interesting as part of their, because I have to imagine, and maybe I'm obviously speculating here. When they originally envisioned we're going to go to 6 sets a year in standard, if that wasn't meant to be 4 major sets and then a aftermath style set in the spring and fall, and then it doesn't, maybe like the idea is that it exists, you sell these product to people, and maybe 5 cards impact standard, and that's okay because it doesn't, it's just what it is. But the audience hated that concept so much that we ended up with this 6 full sets of a year in standard, right? Like, I don't know.
It's also funny I think Aftermath was a bad set, not because of its concept, because of its execution.
I honestly, to me, it was so forgettable because I just don't remember anything about it. It just kind of came out and sat on shelves, and I don't know.
I remember sitting in a game store asking if I could buy every single booster box they had of it for about their cost. And then me and my buddy opening boxes, and whoever's box was worth more money kept both of the boxes that we opened until we opened every box the store had. We priced it out, and we were down 10% after we paid cost on them. I do remember that day. That was a pretty fun day.
I wonder if that's true today. Right?
Yeah, I mean, what even is in that set that's good? Like, Nissa's got to have gone down after rotating.
There's all the mythics are expensive. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the big... No, I'm thinking of the big score. Sorry.
Yeah. Big score,
because that's the other thing we didn't talk about. The big score was supposed to be that. The big score was probably supposed... It literally was supposed to be a bonus set add-on to OTJ. And because Aftermath was so poorly received, they instead added it in as this crazy bonus sheet to OTJ, which, for what it's worth, kind of was lit for drafting. I remember that being kind of controversial whenever they started doing the bonus sheets. And man, as someone who plays a whole bunch of arena draft and has always been a hardcore drafter since like the day I started playing the game, it's really good for draft.
Yeah. I played a decent amount of Wilds of Eldraine Limited, and I remember thinking, like, most of these bonus sheet cards aren't that interesting, but whenever they were, it was so cool. Just have these random enchantments that are, like, super powerful. Like, I got to cast a Necropotence in draft. I lost.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
Whatever. You can Cruel Ultimatum in OTJ.
I distinctly remember the first time something like this happened where someone had I think it was a Soul Ring in a PT draft. Maybe it was a Mana Crypt in a PT draft.
Yeah.
For Kaladesh. And people being like, this is the end of the world, the sky is falling.
Yep.
And it turns out that, like, professional Magic exacerbates problems that are really fun at lower levels. And that's okay. I don't know. Yeah. The result of that, the fact that they had to slam that into as a bonus sheet into OTJ, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, instead of being its own set, it means that all the mythics out of it that matter, like Simulacrum Synthesizer, are $50. Right? I remember reading, I can't remember who it was who said it, but I think someone said, like, they estimate there's about twice as many normal mythics in the set as there are big score mythics. If someone has a source on that, that'd be awesome. I don't know if there is a source for that. I might have just heard it in a conversation, and I also might just be wrong. So,
I've heard that, but I also might have heard it from you. So who knows?
I don't know who I heard it from.
That's how it works, right? Someone says something, and then a few months later you say it again. I'm like, I heard that somewhere. And now we have independent confirmation.
We get on this podcast to perpetuate it. What's journalistic integrity, Corbin?
Yeah. So, I want it. So it's Simulacrum Synthesizer. Yep. There is Vaultborn Tyrant, which is quite expensive. There's Molten Duplication. There's Legion Extruder, which is $20. Sword of Wealth and Power. This anyway, and the fact that it wasn't its own set means that these prices are all expensive because they're hard to get. So anyway, I guess it just feels like, we don't know. Obviously, it's all speculation, but like maybe these are some of the things that have been happening in the background that lead to, giant content creators in Magic releasing a video about Spider-Man that are titled "I Feel Nothing." Maybe that's a little dramatic, but that's where the content ecosystem is on it.
Yeah, some people are a little dramatic in their content, and that's okay. That's okay.
Not us.
Okay, not us.
Not
though.
us. Never us.
We're very measured.
In fact, if you want to be, basically not trash at this, you should go check out our sponsor.
MTGBand.com.
You think they love this ad pitch? DJ's not here to control the ad pitch this week. This is a Jason style ad pitch. If you don't want to be bad at this, if you want to be good at this, you'll go to MTG Band.
If you want Spider-Man boxes for even cheaper than what Corbin paid, there was one that sold at Auction Night for like $550. Auction Night rules, y'all. Someone bought a Spider-Man collector box for $550. Corbin paid $900 or something like a moron.
He did.
You too could stunt on Corbin. You could absolutely box mog him by subscribing to MTG Band. And in addition to getting to just absolutely dumpster Corbin, you get access to the best tools in the industry, buy list aggregators. You can do CSV uploads. You can. The power of Magic's data will be at your fingertips. You'll be like a wizard with numbers, and also make Corbin feel bad.
We need some band maxing, is what I'm hearing here. We'll get on that.
Band
We'll
maxing.
get right on that. Band maxing. Oh, that's good. Check it out. Check it out.
I bought this fine gentleman at the card show.
Ooh.
8.5 Dark Tyranitar. Got a screaming deal on it.
That's
There's
pretty
a gentleman
cool.
who had 2 of them.
I got a Pokemon card with my draft winnings last week. What was it? A Deerling?
Deerling?
Deerling, let's see.
It's one of my favorites.
I love
Corbs, check this out.
Pokemon cards.
I got the Magikarp.
Oh, hell yeah, Cass. That one is...
I got the Meowth.
That's my... Yes! The Meowth is in my cart right now. Meowth is in my cart, and that Magikarp's my literal favorite card. Yeah, that's
Look at this
lit.
sick hollow. Pokemon cards are so cool. Why do we do Magic?
I play Magic tournaments to win these Pokemon cards. Like,
Oh, the Tatsugiri is peak.
this is my last 2 like draft winnings. I just spend the $15 on illustration rares. Like, they're all just fucking
Corbin?
beautiful.
Thoughts?
Oh, I got one of those too. I love that card.
It's so sick.
I
Also got the 151 Venusaur. I just need the Blastoise now.
Oh, see, I've been thinking about like one of the things I need to do, because I have the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur, but that's it.
Yeah.
Is just complete the... Oh, no, I have Charmander and Charmeleon. But I didn't have the Charizard, and I don't have the others. And Charizard's like $500. So it seems to me I should just buy the Blastoise and the Venusaur while I can. You know?
I think you should buy those while you can. I agree. This is my favorite pickup of the weekend, though.
Ooh, what is that? I don't know.
Lilligant.
Lilligant.
This is the
What's
first
that?
art rare this Pokemon's ever got, and it's I have
that's cool.
Lilligant's tattooed on my arm, like right up here.
Oh, nice. What should I evolve from? I don't know that one.
Petlil.
Well, I know Pet, kinda, anyway.
Petlil evolves into Lilligant with a Sunstone, I believe.
Makes sense. It's the sun. It reminds me of Sunflora, right? Whatever that
Similar
one was.
vibes.
Yeah.
The difference is Lilligant is fucking gangster as hell, and she'll kick your ass. Torkoal Lilligant is like one of the strongest competitive combinations, or it used to be. It's not what it used to be, but you know, it's still.
I'm about to also buy a bunch of. I feel like I should buy Destined Rivals cards right now. Like that Meowth is in my cart, but what I really think is that the Mewtwo will be like, just like infinite dollars 2 years from now.
Yeah, what's the Mewtwo at right now? Like,
Just like 2 or 3, maybe.
I thought it was like 4 or 5. Yeah, it's like almost 400. The problem is, like, Destined Rivals could just get a reprint, and it would crush the prices.
You think so?
What's happened to Journey Together? Like, look at Journey Together. Look at how expensive Lily's Clefairy EX is. Look at the price chart for that Pokemon real quick for me, though. The 1 year price chart.
Okay, Lily's
I can link it to you if you want, but...
Clefable. Is that on ban?
No, it's
What do
I don't
you-
think
what do
Pokemon's
you-
on there. TCG, but I'll just link it to you on TCG. Or on voice text, rather.
What number is it? 184?
184, yeah. Look at that price chart with the 1 year tab selected.
All right.
It's recovered a little bit, but it was like 240 on release.
Yeah, it came out of the gate super high and plummeted. Yeah,
Journey Together got a second print run.
that makes sense. And like the market price on Lily's Clefairy has been like very flat since. This is the one that got printed earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like just super flat since it like the market price has just drifted down from 155 in May to 147 today.
Sure.
But the actual prices, the listing prices, are very different. That's what I
mean,
find on Pokemon cards all the time. Is
that
that
is
the
true.
market price is it's like that in Magic too, but there's enough volume in Magic
Yeah.
to make up for it, right? In Pokemon, I find the market prices to just be wildly out of touch quite a bit.
Something I learned a long time ago was a piece of wisdom given to me by an unnamed source, we'll say. Something along the lines of, if you list a Pokemon card for sale and it sells that same day, you probably priced it too cheap. This information was given to me as a nugget of wisdom in response to someone saying they would have paid me $200 more for the card they just bought from me, and still been happy with the purchase. This is someone who was intending to flip it to make money. So, like, clearly I priced it too low.
What if I paid $380 for a Mewtwo? Man, the problem is I have cool stuff credit. So I need it to be on there.
Honestly, you should save your credit and buy Mega Evolution stuff. Have you seen some of the cards from Mega Evolution, Corbin?
Is that a new set coming out?
It's the next one. I'm going to show you...
I've not seen it.
I'm going to show you some cards and voice
the new
text.
Ones. Okay, yeah, a minute. JJ, we'll finish the cast in a minute.
All right, this could be on the cast. It's Corbin live.
Some of this can for sure be on the cast.
Okay, how do you feel about Venusaur? Are you a Venusaur guy?
I love Venusaur, yeah. It was as everyone knows, it was the most OP Pokemon. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm a big Kangaskhan fan. Look at how cute they are.
This is amazing. Wow, you are right, Cass.
Yeah.
I bought that Kangaskhan, I don't remember one of the last couple sets, the one that's on the side of the road by the lake, just hanging out, because it looks really cool. This style on both of these is great. Like, very vibrant and striking. Love it.
Something I love about Mega Evolutions is that all of the Pokemon, their physical form changes, like something about them changes, except for on Kangaskhan, where the only thing that changes is the baby comes out of the pouch and fights too.
That's funny. I don't know.
It's so cute.
I wasn't around for this era of Pokemon, like even in the slightest. So to me, they announced at the beginning of 2025 that Mega Pokemon were coming back, and it started making all the old Mega Pokemon and EXs and GXs and TXs and all that stuff, Spike or whatever. So I still don't really know what the deal is exactly. I don't know what makes, like, what is I can ask Cass, I guess. Cass, what is a Mega, like, what is it between a Mega and an EX? Okay. And how can there be Mega EX?
So EX is something in the Pokemon trading card game, which is, it means that the card is extra good. I don't actually know if that's what it means, but like that's intrinsically what it means.
Good enough.
It means the card is worth 2. When they knock it out in the game, your opponent gets 2 prizes instead of 1. In Pokemon, a Mega Pokemon is a Pokemon that uses the power of a special stone and its bond of friendship with its trainer to become even more powerful. So not every Pokemon gets a Mega, but the ones that do, usually it comes in the games like 100 base stat points, new abilities. They all change physical appearances pretty substantially, except for Kangaskhan, as I said.
Yeah.
Megas are just really strong, and previously in the TCG, the Mega rule was different. It was... because we had Megas in Gen 6 trading card game, and the rule was you played Scizor EX. If you wanted Mega Scizor EX, you had to evolve Scizor EX into Mega Scizor, and then your turn ended immediately. Oh, that was the downside.
That seems
now you evolve Scyther directly into Mega Scizor, and instead of being worth 2 prizes, it's worth 3, which is half the prizes in the game.
Yeah.
So that's the big difference. Megas are awesome. They're very cool. Everyone loves them. Anyone who disagrees with me is wrong, and that's okay.
They are just wildly powerful.
Yeah, it's funny, I think none of the cards that are Megas in this set, except for maybe Gardevoir and Lucario, will be tournament playable.
Yeah, I don't know enough to comment on any of that. I will say that just the art for these, especially that Kangaskhan, A+ in my book. But gosh, that Lucario looks great too. So yeah, maybe I will save them for those sets.
This the Art Gardevoir is gorgeous. Also,
oh yes, it is. The Gardevoir is my favorite. Like, I don't know how old it is, so to me, it's a new Pokemon. But
sure, Gen 3,
like
2001-ish, 2003-ish.
It's my favorite new Pokemon.
I didn't see it, so it's new to me.
You could say, you told me Gen 8. I would have believed you.
Yeah. Gardevoir's actually Gen 10.
I don't even know. Are we in Gen 9 right now?
We're in 9. There's also the other evolution of Gardevoir called Gardevoir.
I don't believe you.
Gardevoir has 2 evolutions. Look it up.
Okay.
Gardevoir these nuts, you asshole. It actually does have another evolution called Gallade.
I knew that wasn't a Pokemon.
Gallade is a Pokemon, though.
That one, I guess. Yeah, I understand.
Gallade on these nuts, you asshole.
Yeah, for sure. And on that note, everybody, it's time for Breaking Bulk.
Breaking Bulk time.
You'll never get mine, Corbin. Never in a billion trillion years,
No,
except if you
I'm
do.
sure that I will not. Give me what it's from, though.
Modern Horizons 3, colorless rare.
The Eldrazi that's like a 2/2.
No. I think that one's an uncommon.
That's pretty good.
I think it the Herald's the End, right?
Or whatever. Yeah, the Herald's the End or Fleshless Raker, I think is the one.
Yeah,
Eldrazi linebacker.
Not the linebacker. Not the fullback either. Definitely not the quarterback.
I don't know. What is it?
It's Disruptor Flute, the best pithing needle ever.
Oh, I just watched a bunch of that over the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, card's good.
Card's like a bulk rare-ish, has a buy list for $1. Pull them out of your bulk, buy list them for $1, or pull them out of your bulk and just hold on to them because it's pithing needle / meddling mage kind of split card. Very strong.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a minute, but commentated over the weekend, saw that in Modern quite a bit. So, and in fact in Legacy some as well. Card was cool. Okay, my breaking bulk for you this week is, I don't think particularly difficult in the sense that, well, I don't want to say difficult in that, like, it's not like tricky, right?
Okay.
It's a red
change
common.
of pace for you.
Yeah, a red common from Innistrad Crimson Vow.
Is it Ancestral Rage?
No.
That's the only one I know from that set.
Yeah,
wait, hold up.
you may not get it, but it's the...
It's the one that pings them. The Aristocrat, maybe?
You're getting closer. Well, you're right about the the archetype of the card. How about that?
So, I don't know what it's called, but it's a 1 red mana 1/1 ETB, ping an opponent, make a blood token.
Oh, no, Voldolian Epicure. That's not what I'm talking about.
It's not that? Okay.
This card just recently became standard playable, like post-rotation. No, wait, that can't be true because that rotated.
Yeah.
What made this card spike then? It spiked over the summer.
It's a common from that set. I'm stumped.
Okay.
Oh, no, is it the deal 1 to all things?
No. It's Kessig Flame Breather. It's a 2 mana 1/3 in red. Whenever you cast it on creature spell, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I'll be honest, when I first assumed it was in the standard pinging deck, right? There was a version of red after rotation that was all pingers, right? You play cards like this, and then your burn spells deal a bunch of them. But no, this actually, well, it spiked over the summer. It's worth $2, and it's just a real basic, gutter snipe type card.
Yeah, it'll be $2 for a long time. There's a wall of copies on TCG Player, 8,634 copies for $1.99.
That's a $2 card forever.
That's
Until
a
they
$2
sell 100
card.
of them, and they sell 100 of them. The algorithm raises their price 50 cents. But
it's from the same seller that I bought 900 Metalwork Colossuses from one night after a little too much fun. They shipped them all. It was in like a 1 row of Metalwork Colossuses that showed up at my door.
Well, all right. Check out those picks, those breaking balls. Got some picks of the week for you too, and some of them might even be related to Modern because the Modern Pro Tour is coming up here in just a week. By the time this episode drops, I'm fresh off commentating the NRG event over the weekend where it was Modern and this is the one I know you'll appreciate, Cass, Legacy. We had a
Legacy tournament,
2.5K Legacy tournament. You ready for this top 8?
Well, yeah. Hit me.
You're gonna like this. You might know these names. I'll hit you with some names as we go here. Mitchell Burns was playing Moon Stompy.
Sure.
Simon Camero was playing Burn.
Burn, you say?
Charlie Dusterberg was playing Blue Cloud Post.
Okay.
Savi Rubin was playing Ocelot Pride Midrange. Basically a Mardu energy deck with Cabal Therapies. To sacrifice your cat token to transform a Johnny. It was amazing. Drew Otto on Red Painter Servant.
Okay.
Nathan Marhefke on Reanimator. The best deck in the format, allegedly. Demir Reanimator. Oliver Vogelli on Mystic Forge combo. And one Garrick Relentless Alford on your Is It Delver. So that is 8 different decks in the top 8, only one of which was Reanimator or obviously Delver. So pretty sweet all around.
That's a very awesome top 8. As I go on my lead up to Eternal Weekend, I've asked myself a lot, what deck should I play? And the thing about Legacy right now is the field is so open. Everyone's just kind of playing whatever all the time. Yeah. I think as long as you have a plan to beat Reanimator and as long as you know what the Stompy games look like, you can kind of play anything, which leads me to want to play whatever the most intrinsically powerful thing is, which is probably either Reanimator or Forge. With all that said, I'm almost certainly going to play some bad 3-color control deck.
Well, out of that, so we interviewed the Burn player at one point because Burn's cool, and they're like, yeah, I think Burn's actually pretty good in Legacy or in Legacy right now. And I was like, you know what, I can kind of vibe with this. I played Burn at an invitational and went like 4-2 with it or whatever in that portion of the event. Like, it's okay. But he's like, I think it's like an event you can like top 16 pretty consistently. I think with this, because if people aren't ready for it, no one's playing Circles of Protection, like you kill them or whatever. And then that player, Simon Camero, went and won the entire tournament with Burn. So
it's really funny because I was actually going to say I think Burn's a really hard deck to win the tournament with. I think it's like pretty fine for top 16ing. The last time Burn won a major Legacy event was when Austin Yost did it at an SCG Open forever ago, I think.
I know Austin, yeah.
The Yost with the most.
Heavy Burn player.
Yep.
Yes,
he's a
great Burn player. Yep.
I grew up in the Colorado area playing Magic, and he was like one of the cool. After he won the Open, it was like, oh, that guy's local-ish.
I did not know
that was really cool.
I didn't know we had that connection. Yeah. Shout out to Austin for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Burn and Legacy. I think that there is something so righteous in a world of Doomsday and Mystic Forge and Atraxa. There is something noble about Chain Lightning. You go.
You should have seen the Painter player drawing ancient tombs. Just looking, and they're like, okay, do I tap my ancient tomb to play a spell for my opponent to then chain lightning the creature I took 2 damage to play? Every card is now a searing blaze against me. Yep. He was like, it was just kind of like hands in the air. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And then he obviously just got obliterated.
Yeah. Painter players exist in a constant state of suffering, and so that does track for me.
Yeah. So I also
watched. Just an observation.
I watched Simon beat an attack from an Archon of Cruelty from Reanimator. Like the Reanimator deck reanimated Archon of Cruelty, passed the turn. The next turn, untapped, attacked with the Archon of Cruelty, and still got burned out. Now, we talked about this off air, about not everyone is a Legacy expert these days. This is not heavily played. And I do have to say that I did watch one game won by Burn because the opposing player, and it would not have sped their clock up any, tapped out to play in a Murktide Regent. And in doing so, they tapped their Wasteland.
Yep.
And then they took 8 damage from Price of Progress instead of being able to wasteland their own land and only take 4 from Price of Progress. Or, hear me out, you wasteland yourself and then exile the wasteland and that card to the Murktide, and you can still do the Murktide while playing around. In that case, say Price of Progress in response. But even then, you take 6 instead of 8, and I think it put the player to 4, and then they got fire blasted. So that's one of those things. There's lines in Legacy, it does reward a lot of tight play.
Yep. Back when there was Legacy Open every weekend, that kind of play didn't come up because people just knew about it, right?
You're right.
But if you're that Delver player, when was the last time you played against Burn in Legacy?
Exactly. Or possibly never.
Right. I've played hundreds of matches of Legacy in the last couple of years, and I think I've played against Burn twice.
Yeah. And there's no articles either. There's no this isn't like you don't have Drew Levin telling you to play. You won't believe what happened to me at last weekend's SCG Open, and everyone reads the article, and then no one makes that mistake, and everyone wants to show how smart they are to their friends by wastelanding themselves. Nothing wrong with it. I don't say that any of negatively. I'm saying that's just not the world we live in. So people tap their wastelands and lose the Price of Progress.
we used to have such robust, rich legacy articles. Like there was a Drew Levin article where there was a whole section about how you're supposed to play Flooded Strand and Wooded Foothills in your Rug Delver deck, because they're the two fetch lands that are most likely to misdirect your opponent on what you're playing. Like, we were at that level of optimization at that time, and that was sick.
And I have to say, given what we just said, I can understand why we live in the world we live in now, in the sense that I can understand why the world we live in now might be more popular than that.
Hey, that's okay. I'm a sicko.
Yep, understood. And you can be too with these picks of the week.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. Time for the pick of the week.
Picks of the week.
That was abrupt. That's how we do it. All right, let me grab
that. Was abrupt. And you know, my pick of the week is not Abrupt Decay.
Ooh, it's a good card.
It's not Abrupt Decay though. It's weapons manufacturing, I believe it's called. Yeah, weapons manufacturing from Edge of Eternities.
The card's amazing.
There was a deck I saw from Japanese Twitter. The translation was Gatling Gargadon, and it was like Arcbound Ravager, Greater Gargadon, like weapons manufacturing, a bunch of Moxen, Mishra's Bauble, Zero-Man artifacts, and you would just make a ton of munitions tokens and sack them all to your Gargadon or your Arcbound Ravager, do like 10 damage to your opponent, and then attack them with a huge creature.
Yes, that is amazing, actually. I didn't say much. We didn't get it. Didn't get a ton into Modern, but I saw one player playing weapons manufacturing in the format. It occasionally pops up in Standard. Obviously, in Standard, Cauldron just kind of pushes a sort of like dirtily deck like that out, but it's pretty cool and it's a powerful interaction. One card I saw in both Modern and Legacy at the NRG over the weekend is a recently rotated Mythic from Phyrexia. All will be run.
Is it
Atraxa?
It's Atraxa.
Grand Unifier. It's $10. The highest this card has ever been is $30. A year and a half ago, when it probably started breaking out in different formats. It's just the reanimation target of choice for the most part right now. And obviously this somewhat changes over the years, et cetera, et cetera. But hey, sometimes even Gristlebrand still played in these things, right? So it's like, if it's the best reanimation target now, it's probably still going to be a relevant reanimation target 5 years from now, or even longer. So would be a fan of picking up your Atraxas sub $10 while you can. What this does strike me as very much is a card they're going to save for high-end upper art treatments. So, for instance, there's a Through the Ages of a Final Fantasy one on it. That's $40. There's also like a $45 crazy special version of it. Like, I would expect it to be kind of how they've done the Great Henge, where it's sort of like this very top line of uniqueness.
It's a card
right?
with reprint equity, is what I refer to it as.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Yeah, like a premium reprint one. Like they use the party tree for it, and then whatever the most recent one was for it. It's always going to be something really iconic.
Well, the next
because
one
of the
is an
reprint
avatar.
equity. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Pick them up under $10. And something you can pick up, this is a good pick of the week here, for under $2 a week or $8 a month, something like that. No, I'm sorry. It's even better than that. My math is I'm going to do it over. I'm trying to do a Patreon pitch.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
So bad.
Can I do our Patreon pitch real quick?
Well, I sure can. I sure can't.
Corbin, look as pathetic as you can. Okay, JJ, cut in here. Please subscribe to our Patreon, please, please, please.
That's so much better.
It's the whole thing.
Leave mine in, JJ. Just leave them both in. Let the audience decide.
Get in the
Go to
comments and tell us how
patreon.com/BSB,
hard
please,
I
everybody.
pitched on Corbin. Bye.
And remember to ban Max.
That was
We'll
a
see you
fun
next week,
episode.
everybody.